Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's your girl Sandra back with another video, but not just me this time. I got my girl Jenna on the phone, and she's helping me write this thing because you guys know I'm not that funny. Anyway, today we're diving deep, like Mariana Trench deep, into the minds of our feline overlords, so buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to expose the 16 shocking things your cat knows about you. Like, they probably know you better than you know yourself at this point. Don't be freaked out, it's fine, everything's fine. Chapter 1, Mood Rings More Like Mood Cats. Okay, first up, your cat is basically a furry, adorable mood ring. They just know when you're feeling some type of way. Like if you're riding high on life, you know, like you just crushed that work presentation or finally beat that impossible level of Candy Crush, your cat is going to be all over that. They'll be rubbing on you, purring like a little motorboat, maybe even busting out some cute little chirps. But on the flip side, if you're down in the dumps, like your ice cream fell off the cone or you accidentally liked your ex's new booze picture from 3 years ago, yeah, your cat knows that too. They might give you some space, you know, let you wallow in your misery for a hot minute. But then, just when you need it most, they'll slink onto the couch next to you, nuzzle up, and maybe even give you a little head boop. It's like they're saying, it's okay, human, I'm here for you. And the weirdest part is, they're not just picking up on, like, your facial expressions or your tone of voice. Scientists think cats can actually smell changes in your hormones. So yeah, they literally smell your feelings. It's kind of creepy, but also kind of amazing, right? Like, they're so in tune with us, it's kind of freaky. But hey, who needs a therapist when you have a cat, am I right? Chapter 2. Your cat the ultimate stalker, but like the cute kind. Okay, so you know how your cat always seems to know exactly when you're about to wake up, feed them or come home from work? Yeah, that's not a coincidence. They've been studying your routine like it's their favorite subject in cat college. And trust me, they've got it memorized down to the minute. Think about it, you wake up at the same time every day, you go to work, you come home, you feed them, you watch TV, you go to bed. It's like a predictable little sitcom for your cat, and they're the star, obviously. But here's the thing. They don't just observe. They remember. They remember the sounds your keys make when you're about to walk in the door. They remember the exact time your alarm goes off, even if you hit snooze 5 times. And they definitely remember what time dinner is served. Don't even get me started on weekends. Weekends are when they really put your routine to the test. Like, if you sleep in for an extra hour on Saturday, you better believe they're going to be all up in your grill, gently reminding you that breakfast is like 5 minutes late. It's both adorable and kind of terrifying how good they are at this, right? But hey, at least you know they're always watching. I mean, paying attention. Yeah, let's go with paying attention. Chapter 3, Dr. Whiskers, Maryland, Master of Detection. Okay, so we've covered mood rings and stalker skills, but get this. Your cat might also be a low-key health guru. Yeah, you heard me right. There are tons of stories about cats sensing health problems in their humans before they even show any symptoms. Like, they can sniff out everything from cancer to diabetes to thyroid issues. Scientists think it's because cats have this, like, superhuman sense of smell. They can pick up on subtle changes in our body chemistry, like changes in our breath, our sweat, even our urine, and they know those changes mean something's up. There was this one story about this woman's cat who kept pawing at her chest in the same spot over and over. It turned out she had a tumor in that exact spot. And then there was this other story about a cat who kept sniffing his owner's foot and acting really weird around it. Turns out the dude had a blood clot in his leg. It's wild, right? Like, our cats are basically walking, purring medical devices. So basically, if your cat starts acting weird around you, like sniffing you excessively, pawing at a specific spot, or just generally being more clingy than usual, it might be worth getting yourself checked out. Just saying. Chapter 4. Matchmaker, Matchbreaker, your cat plays both sides. Okay, so you think you're a good judge of character? Think again, because your cat has already sized up your friend's family and that weird neighbor who always wears Crocs before they even step foot in your house. And let me tell you, they are not afraid to let you know what they think. If your cat immediately warms up to someone, rubbing on their legs and purring like a little angel, that's the feline seal of approval right there. They're basically saying, this one's good people, you can trust them. But, on the other hand, if your cat hisses, swats, or runs away and hides under the bed when someone walks in, that's a major red flag. They're basically saying, beware, this one gives off bad vibes. And the craziest part is they're usually right. It's like they have this sixth sense about people that we humans just don't have. Maybe they can smell their intentions, or maybe they can just sense bad energy a mile away. Whatever it is, it's kind of amazing. So next time you're not sure about someone, just ask your cat. They'll give it to you straight, no sugarcoating. Chapter 5. They see you when you're sleeping. They know when you're eating all the snacks. Okay, so by now you're probably starting to realize that your cat is basically a furry little spy watching your every move and judging you silently. And guess what? It gets worse. They also know all your habits, the good, the bad, and the just plain weird. They know you have a secret stash of candy in your nightstand drawer and how often you raid it. They know you binge watch that embarrassing reality show when you think no one's looking. And they definitely know you use that weird voice when you talk to your plants. They've seen it all. They know what time you go to bed, how long you scroll through your phone before actually falling asleep, and what you look like with your sleep mask on. They know what you eat for breakfast, how much coffee you drink, and whether you prefer your pizza with or without pineapple, and they judge you silently for your choices. But hey, here's the thing, they love you anyway. They love you with all your quirks and weird habits. Because, let's face it, you're their human, and that's all that matters to them. Plus, they know they've got their own little quirks too. Chapter 6. You're like a walking, talking, scratching post to them, but like in a good way. Alright, so we all know cats have a thing for scratching posts, right? But did you know that you, my friend, are basically a giant, walking, talking, scratching post to your cat? Don't worry, it's not as creepy as it sounds. You see, cats have scent glands all over their little bodies, on their cheeks, their paws, even their butts. And they love to rub those scent glands all over everything they consider theirs. That includes you. So, when your cat rubs their face on your leg, they're not just being affectionate, although they are that too. They're also marking you with their scent. They're basically saying, this human is mine, back off. And the thing is, we humans have our own unique scents too, and cats are obsessed with them. They love the way we smell, even if we don't always love the way we smell. They love the smell of our hair, our skin, even our dirty laundry. Don't ask me why, they're weird. So basically, you're like a walking, talking billboard to your cat, advertising to the world, or at least to other cats, that you are spoken for. You are their human, and they are your cat, and that's just the way they like it. Chapter 7. Psst. Your cat knows your secrets, and they're not telling. Okay, so you know that thing where you tell your cat all your secrets because you know they won't judge you and they can't tell anyone? Yeah, well, it turns out they're actually really good listeners, like scarily good. It's like they know when you need to vent, you know, they'll just sit there patiently listening to you rant about your day, your job, your relationship, whatever's on your mind, and they never interrupt, they never judge, they just listen with those big soulful eyes, making you feel like you're the only person in the world. And the best part is they're sworn to secrecy. They can't tell a soul, even if they wanted to. So you can tell them anything, and you know it'll go no further than those fluffy little ears. Plus, they're not going to go blabbing to their therapist or anything. They're like the ultimate vault for all your deepest, darkest secrets. But here's the thing they remember. They remember everything. So if you ever cross them, be warned, they might just spill the tea. Just kidding, or am I? Chapter 8. Energizer Bunny? More like Energizer Cat, or Naptime Cat. Okay, we all have our moments, right? Some days we're bouncing off the walls, ready to conquer the world. Other days we're basically human slugs, barely able to drag ourselves out of bed. And guess what? Your cat knows exactly what kind of day you're having. They're like little energy vampires feeding off your vibes. If you're feeling energized, they're going to be right there with you, running around like a furry little tornado, getting into all sorts of mischief. But if you're feeling drained, they'll be right there with you too, curled up on the couch, napping the day away. It's like they're in sync with your energy levels, mirroring your mood, which, let's be honest, is kind of amazing. It's like having a built-in workout buddy and nap partner all rolled into one adorable furry package. So next time you're wondering what kind of day you're going to have, just take a look at your cat. They'll let you know. Chapter 9, your favorite spot. Yeah, it's theirs now too. Okay, so you know that comfy spot on the couch that you love to curl up in after a long day? The one with the perfect combination of throw pillows and blankets? Yeah, well, your cat called and they want it back. Okay, not really, but also kind of really. You see, cats are creatures of comfort. They love nothing more than finding the coziest, warmest, most comfortable spot in the house and claiming it as their own. And unfortunately for us, our favourite spots often happen to be their favourite spots too. It's like they have this uncanny ability to sniff out the most comfortable spot in any room, the spot with the best view, the best sunlight, the best vibes. And once they've found it, good luck getting them to move. But here's the thing, sometimes they let us share. Sometimes they'll grace us with their presence, curling up on our laps or snuggling up next to us, sharing their warmth and purrs. And in those moments we realize that maybe, just maybe, they don't mind sharing their favorite spot with us after all. Chapter 10. They feel you, bro. Like, literally. Okay, so we've already established that cats are basically furry little empaths, picking up on our moods and energy levels, like they're psychic or something. But it goes even deeper than that. Cats can actually feel our emotions, like literally feel them. They can sense when we're happy, sad, stressed, anxious, you name it, and they react accordingly. If we're happy, they're happy. If we're sad, they try to comfort us. If we're stressed, they might give us a little space or, walk all over our keyboards while we're trying to work. Scientists think it's because cats have a special structure in their brains called the feline vomeronasal organ, which allows them to process pheromones, which are basically chemical signals that communicate emotions. So, when we're feeling something, our bodies release pheromones, and cats can pick up on those pheromones and understand what we're feeling. It's kind of amazing, right? It's like they have this whole other level of communication with us that we're only just beginning to understand. But one thing's for sure, cats are way more in tune with our emotions than we give them credit for. Chapter 11. Don't be late for dinner, or else. Okay, so we all know cats are creatures of habit, right? They like routine, they like predictability, and they definitely like to be fed on time. But what you might not realize is that your cat has your schedule memorized down to the minute. They know when you wake up, when you go to work, when you come home, and most importantly, when it's time for their meals. And they will not hesitate to remind you if you're even a few minutes late. You know that look they give you when you're 5 minutes late with their breakfast? The one with the narrowed eyes, the twitching tail, and the impatient meows. Yeah, that's the you better have a good excuse for this human look. And trust me, you don't want to be on the receiving end of that look for too long. But here's the thing. It's not just about the food. Okay, it's mostly about the food, let's be real. But it's also about the routine. Cats thrive on routine. It makes them feel safe and secure. So, when you stick to a schedule, you're not just feeding your cat, you're also giving them a sense of stability and predictability in their lives. Chapter 12. You've got a fan, and their voice recognition software is top-notch. Okay, so you know how your cat always seems to know exactly who's at the door, even before they've knocked or rung the doorbell? And how they always seem to recognize your voice, even in a crowded room? Yeah, that's because cats have amazing hearing, like way better than ours. They can hear sounds at frequencies that are way higher than what we humans can hear. And they're really good at distinguishing between different sounds, which is why they can tell the difference between the sound of your car pulling up in the driveway and all the other cars on the street. But here's the craziest part. Cats can actually learn to recognize and respond to their own names. I know, right? It's like they're not even trying to maintain their aloof, too cool for school image anymore. They've gone and become all domesticated and stuff. So next time you call your cat's name and they actually come running, don't get too excited. It's probably just because they think you're about to feed them. Just remember, they actually know who you're talking to. They know you're talking to them. They're furry little selves. And that's kind of special, right? Okay, so we all know cats are attention whores, right? One minute they're all over you, demanding cuddles and pets. The next minute they're acting like you don't even exist. It's like they have some sort of internal switch that flips back and forth between love me and leave me alone. But here's the thing. Cats are actually really good at reading our body language and picking up on subtle cues that tell them whether we're in the mood for their shenanigans or not. If we're busy working, watching TV or talking on the phone, they can usually tell that we're not really paying attention to them, and most of the time they're cool with that. They'll just go find something else to do, like taking a nap or plotting world domination. But if we're giving them our undivided attention, like making eye contact, talking to them in a high-pitched voice, because we all do that, don't lie, or, giving them treats, they know they've got our full attention and they're going to milk it for all it's worth. Okay, so we all love a good cuddle puddle with our furry little overlords, right? But let's be real, cats aren't exactly known for being the cuddliest of creatures. They're more like cuddle me on my terms or don't cuddle me at all kind of animals, but that doesn't mean they don't love us. In fact, cats are actually really good at sensing when we're feeling down and need a little extra love and support. They might not always be down for a full-on cuddle session, but they'll find other ways to comfort us. Like they might rub against our legs, purring like little motorboats. Or they might just sit next to us, their presence alone a source of comfort and calm. They might even bring us their favorite toy, which in their minds is the ultimate gesture of love and affection. So next time you're feeling down and your cat comes over to give you a little head boop or a gentle nuzzle, just remember they know you need it. They might not always be the most affectionate creatures, but they're always there for us when we need them most. Okay, so we all know cats are territorial, right? They like to mark their territory, they like to defend their turf, and they definitely don't like it when other cats or dogs or humans or, dust bunnies encroach on their space. But what you might not realize is that cats actually have a very clear understanding of what's theirs and what's yours. They know that your bed is your bed, even if they like to sleep on it sometimes. They know that your food is your food, even if they like to try to steal a bite or 10 when you're not looking. And they know that your laptop is your laptop, even if they like to walk all over the keyboard while you're trying to work. They might test the boundaries sometimes because, they're cats and that's what they do. But deep down, they know the rules. They know where they're allowed and where they're not allowed. And most of the time, they're pretty good about respecting those boundaries. Most of the time. Okay, let's be real. Cats aren't exactly known for being the most affectionate of creatures. They're more like, I'll love you on my terms, or I won't love you at all kind of animals. But deep down, beneath all that fur and those claws, cats are actually capable of feeling love, real genuine love. They might not always show it in the most obvious of ways, but they have their own special ways of letting us know they care. Like they might rub against our legs, purring like little motorboats, or they might bring us their favorite toy, which in their minds is the ultimate gesture of love and affection. They might even grace us with a rare slow blink, which in cat language is basically the equivalent of saying, I love you. So next time your cat does something that seems even remotely affectionate, just remember, they love you. They might not always show it, but it's there, and that's pretty amazing, right? So there you have it, folks. 16 shocking things your cat knows about you. I know, it's a lot to process. It's like suddenly your cat went from being your adorable furry companion to being this super intelligent, all-knowing being. But don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. In fact, it's kind of amazing, right? To think that these little creatures that share our homes and our lives know us better than we sometimes know ourselves. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more amazing content about your furry friends. See you next time.